Now, live breaking news from KCTV5 News.
We are interrupting your regular programming now to bring you an update on breaking news. A 2-year-old boy kidnapped, triggering a police chase in KCK. It was a woman behind the wheel. You're looking live here where that chase finally came to an end. This along 69 Highway near 247th Street. KCTV5's Greg Payne is live now for us in KCK where this all began. We're going to go to him live now and find out a little bit more about what may have taken place here. Obviously, many people wondering what, if any, relationship this woman had to this 2-year-old boy who was taken. Greg?
Carolyn, we just arrived here on the scene here in KCK, and when we got here, there was a large number of members that were talking to police. Not too long ago, they were all kind of congregated in front of this house over here. I'm going to step out of the way. But as of right now, the scene pretty much looks a little bit dull. It's just only one law enforcement vehicle that is here now. As you had mentioned, a woman at 11:34 a.m. and a blue-gray Dodge Charger snagged a 2-year-old child from the 1800 block of North 26th Street, KCK, and fled south in a vehicle. Now, KCK police gave chase, and Kansas City Highway Patrol ended up taking it over. The chase ended shortly after noon with 3 tires getting sticked on 69 Highway at 247th Street by Kansas Highway Patrol. Now, the kid is safe and the suspect is in custody, but this is kind of an active scene right now. The PIO, she is currently receiving more information regarding what exactly is going on. I know we have on the left-hand side, this appears to be maybe one of the family members or something like that. They were actually talking to law enforcement quite a while. Highly emotional group here over in KCK. Now, as I had mentioned to you, we are currently waiting for the PIO. She is currently right over there in front of this vehicle, kind of talking with law enforcement and getting some more information on what is going on. But as I mentioned, this is all coming, to us very, very quickly. And as I mentioned to you before, there was a large number of people that were here talking with law enforcement, very emotional. They all seem to disperse over the last, 3-4 minutes. So everything's happening very quickly, but we are hoping to get an update from the PIO right now as she's receiving some information here from the KCK Police Department. Carolyn?
All right, Greg, we'll see if maybe she can even come and talk to us here on the air. In the meantime, are you getting any inkling as to a relationship between this woman and this 2-year-old boy?
Right. Say that again, Carolyn?
I said, are you getting any information as to the relationship between this woman who took this 2-year-old child and the child himself?
Have not received any information yet. As I had mentioned to you, we just got here and we were, trying to set up. I know that there's family and everything, and actually the PIO seems to be getting in place. Actually, right now, the PIO seems to be getting in place. Okay,
so let's go ahead and listen in as to what they're having to say now. Obviously, the best news of the day is this 2-year-old boy is safe at this point, and this woman who snatched him is at least in custody as far as we know right now, and we have not heard word on their relationship or whether she was in any way working alone, and if they're looking for anyone else still this afternoon, and if the reunion has happened yet with the family. But obviously, we want to hear more now from the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department and the Kansas Highway Patrol also, who joined in that chase down I-35 at one point today, just shortly after 11:30. Chase finally came to an end right near Miami County. It was really along the Johnson County, Miami County line, came to an end right around noon today after some stop sticks were laid out to finally bring this blue-gray Charger to a halt finally. But again, this 2-year-old boy who was taken from KCK, best news of all is that boy is safe now. Let's go ahead and go back to Greg now and listen in to this public information officer and find out more about what they're saying at this point.
Are you all set? Okay. And I'm going to have the window replaced. Oh.
All right. Just trying to keep my...
I know exactly
you want me to
talking about there.
Here. You want me to hold?
No, I can hold.
Are you good?
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
If we're this close, then I guess I will wear my mask.
If you don't mind.
We want to model this, right? Yeah. Nancy, Nancy, Chartrand, Chartrand, Kansas City, Kansas Police Department.
All right. So I mean, first off, if you could talk to us just a little bit about what's going on here.
So a little after 11:30 this morning, we received a call from an individual regarding a potential abduction. The father, from initial reports, it appears, had left his home residence, gone a couple blocks away to see someone, left the child in the vehicle with the keys on, and the vehicle on. As he was walking up to the residence, he, out of the corner of his eye, saw somebody running past him, who jumped into the vehicle and took off with the child inside. He then ran back to this location about 2 blocks away, called 911. Our dispatchers immediately put it out to all officers on broadcast. One of our captains immediately got out and saw the vehicle, made identification, and started the pursuit. Pursuit continued into Johnson County, where we were assisted by Johnson County law enforcement as well as the Kansas Highway Patrol. Very happy to report it all came to a positive end. The vehicle was stopped at approximately 200, I believe, in 46, 47th, and 69 Highway South in Overland Park. The individual who was driving the vehicle, a female, has been taken into custody, and the child is thankfully unharmed and doing okay, and will be probably reunited with his family right about now.
Okay, and one of the questions many people are asking is, what's the relationship, or do you guys know by any chance what the relationship
Right
is?
now, our focus has been on making sure that we brought a good conclusion to this. All of our officers are obviously in multiple locations right now trying to take in information so that we can make that determination, but right now that is not clear.
Very good. And now, so we're standing at this area. I know there was a large number of people that were in front of that house. Do they have relation to the child?
I don't know for certain this particular address. We just know that the father ran back to this address. He did not have a cell phone with him at the time of the abduction, so he quickly ran back here, and this is where he made the phone call from. Potentially a relative or friend's home.
And go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, forgive me if this was answered already, but when you guys apprehended her, do we know if that was peaceful or was that...
Well, the pursuit continued for quite a distance from this location all the way south into South Overland Park and Johnson County. It may have even, and I'm not certain at this point, traveled into Miami County. But luckily, we were assisted by law enforcement in Johnson County as well as the Kansas Highway Patrol. It's my understanding, based on the information I've been given, that Kansas Highway Patrol initiated stop sticks. This individual was not slowing down or stopping, so they deployed those, and they were able to disable the vehicle and bring it to a peaceful conclusion. It appears the child is uninjured, and as well as the driver who was taken into custody. I do believe they probably did have, EMS on site to check everybody out, but the initial report is everybody's okay.
Perfect. And just to make sure, it got super windy. I've got this.
That's okay.
You said they probably performed a pit maneuver?
No, I have no idea about
gotcha,
a pit maneuver. All I know is was aware that they did deploy stop sticks. I have no idea about pit maneuver.
Gotcha. And who responded to this high-speed chase? Was it your department and also others, or?
Yeah, the father made his initial call to 911, which went to our dispatch here in Kansas City, Kansas. It was immediately broadcast out. So in that instance, across our radio, all officers who were out got immediate information about what the vehicle looked like and that it was a potential child abduction. One of our captains, who has a great eye, quickly was able to spot it, get eyes on that vehicle, and remain with eyes on that vehicle so that we could receive that assist as we continued south through Overland Park and Johnson County.
Was there any other issues during that pursuit? Did that vehicle ever strike any other vehicles or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm not aware of any at this time. Certainly it's always a very dangerous situation, which is why we proceed in these matters with great care. We don't just initiate chases like this or pursuits like this for any reason, but when you have a child in a situation like this, obviously they get approval, and it was approved, and obviously we had that assist from other law enforcement to bring it to a good conclusion.
Have they ever did they mention to you at all the condition of this woman? Was she under intoxication or anything
I have
like
no
that?
idea at this time. Those are things that take a bit of time. Tests need to be run. The detectives need to have, conversations with all the parties involved. So it's still in its initial stages. If anybody, though, even though we have all these parties together, if anybody has information about this, we always encourage them to call the TIPS hotline at 816-474-TIPS. But again, happy to report that thankfully we were able to, the system worked the way that it should. The phone call was made, our officers responded, it was broadcast, and we had that support from other area law enforcement to bring it to a good conclusion. So it's the best possible outcome.
And how soon do you think the young kid is going to be reunited with his family?
As I said, once the vehicle was stopped, they had EMS on site, and I believe that one or both parents was en route. And by this time, I'm assuming he was probably back in with his family.
And just so I can verify,
yes.
It was to South Overland Park, correct?
I can't tell you exactly. They went south on 69 Highway, which took them through South Overland Park.
Gotcha.
By the time they stopped, that's kind of a nebulous area as far as I'm concerned, is
Gotcha.
whether that's Miami County potentially or still Johnson County. But with Kansas Highway
Here,
Patrol
as Nancy
assisting,
Chartrand with the KCK Police Department describes, pretty scary situation that unfolded in Kansas City, Kansas, and then eventually ended in Overland Park earlier today. Started about 11:30. A woman apparently sounds like she carjacked this car from a father who had left it running with his 2-year-old boy inside. Ended up taking off with the car and the child inside a blue-gray Charger. That is what led to a high-speed chase all the way into close to Miami County anyway, at least South Johnson County and Overland Park, where they were finally able to bring this woman into custody using some stop sticks and safely bring this boy to safety, this 2-year-old boy to safety. And we hope now the reunion is happening with his parents. In the meantime, they are asking you if you know anything about this woman and what played out here today, to still give the TIPS hotline a call. 816-474-TIPS is the number to call if you by chance can offer any insight into what played out here between the taking of this child and then the ensuing high-speed chase that luckily we're hearing now ended in a good ending, a happy ending here with this 2-year-old boy safe, and again hopefully reuniting shortly with his family. We'll have much more on this still developing story later today on our news at 4 o'clock.